Welcome back to the WWE MyRise campaign with myself, the 99th wrestling fan. Alright, first things first, gonna fix up this dude, make his attributes slightly better, and then move on with our story, kind of. Once it wants to catch up, there we go. Stupid game sometimes. Alright, yeah, I don't really have anything to do here. And it doesn't do me any good to swap back to her. Option, why am I... Live record, yeah, nah. No, let's do a live event. Start this thing off, right? Do a live event. Do a simple
This is the one everyone's been waiting for.
Alright, this'll work. I mean, I have plenty of rebooks, but I have no real intention of doing them right at this moment in time. Alright, so what do I got going? I know I've got a backstage brawl against Lyra. Wow, couldn't even let me finish stretching out. Well, alright. Well, this is awkward. Not really. Now the issue is I've already covered Lyra in the MyRise video that she was in. So, not the MyRise, the showcase video she was in against Nia Jax. So, time to figure out. On a positive note, we are able to explore more of this backstage brawl area because I never left the parking lot area. So yeah, this is up on like some scaffolding on like a second floor. You can use the elevator. Can I not throw the person into the elevator? No. Couldn't throw her into the elevator. Couldn't bounce her off the water fountain. That kind of sucked a little bit. Oh well. No big deal, no big deal. So yeah, this is another one of those situations we gotta try and knock her out, and I gotta make this quick. So, up. Nope, that didn't... Alright, let's get down here, because I don't necessarily feel the need to throw her off the two-story scaffolding. Wow, you take the elevator and I took the ladder. Laziness on these parts. Laziness. And we got down at the same time, so it didn't matter. So, alright, what can I do? Nope. No. No. Alright. Oh, right. Forgot. There's all these tech boxes that I can get thrown on top of. Nope. Didn't dodge that. Oh, well. So, yeah. In this part of the backstage area, you have all these tech crates that you can fight on top of because it is basically a stable surface. You can pick up weapons, and in this case, there's a chair, kendo stick, and a bat. There's also a shovel down in front that you can use if you wanted to. Great minds think alike. Alright, no. But, one of the best parts, you can straight up throw them off. Or in this case, you know, punch them off and then they reverse and you fall. Flat on your back. Oh well. Alright. There's just one of these things. Yeah, these backstage brawls can be kind of, not frustrating, but just, kind of tedious because it's really, you're just trying to knock the person out. And there's not much to do. And I can't throw them into... Oh, that makes sense that I couldn't throw them into those cars. Or not even the guardrail. Oh, well. Well, why don't we throw you in this direction? We can explore a little bit more. Ooh, I've got an idea. Alright, let's see. Circle. Carry, yes. And this should end this quickly, I hope. And right to the table. Simple gorilla press through the table. Did not work. Bam. 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 Okay, well now she's... Okay, empty. So one good attack should do it. I think I'm going to try something stupid. So in this game, you have the opportunity, the ability, you can throw the chair. And I think it'd be funny to throw the... Of course they catch it. Yes, I wanted to throw the chair at her and hope that would be the knockout blow. But, did not work. Anyway, let's just do the signature, which... Right is the ringside signature, and I never changed that. Because most of these things, time I don't think about that. So now it's that 3 German suplexes. And we're just gonna follow this with the, 1916 DDT. Alright, that ends it. We're done with that. So, let's, once this gets done loading, head back into the main story now that my live event match is complete. Good tune-up. make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And plus it's gonna let me upgrade one more thing and get me at a nice 0 spot. Which I like. Yes. Okay, not a nice 0 spot. I don't know. Oh, right, because I went from 13 to 9, so that's simple math. Well, I had 13, took away 9.
What the hell's going on around here today? All the suits look like a donkey kicked them in their tender bits.
That is a very specific analogy, but the reason everyone's upset is Mutiny is creating their own title, the NXT Mutiny Championship.
Why should we care? It'll go right down the memory hole with the Multiversal Infinite Championship and every other fake belt in history.
We're already bleeding superstars to their side. An NXT Mutiny champion gives them even more credibility. I tried to get Triple H to stop them, but he hasn't even returned my call. If Mutiny keeps gaining momentum, I'm on track to be the last GM of Raw, which is a distinction I'd prefer to avoid.
I'm not looking to be your last #1 draft pick either.
What can we do at this point other than sit back and watch?
My partner and me took their Unity belts. How about I go down there, win their made-up tinfoil title myself, and show them exactly what I think about it?
That's borderline nuts. We're in a war, and you'd be walking behind enemy lines without any backup.
I don't need any backup.
I can't officially sanction this, but it sure would make an impression. And if somehow you pulled it off, it might turn the tide of the whole war. You sure you want to do this?
Let's get it over with. Come on. I don't really need time.
Let's roll. I'm going to walk into Mutiny's house, put my feet up on their couch, and serve them a case of frosty Stone Cold Steve Austin style whoop-ass.
Hell yeah.
They need to get some better analogies sometimes. I swear they're not the best. But, alas, we'll take what we can get. Alright, time to go down to NXT. That's been overrun. And here we are. That is one of the Coffee brothers from Gallus. And I just jumped Nathan Frazier. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got. So, figure this out. Am I hijacking spot in the tournament? Or, anyway, it's not important. Nope. Okay, so looks like I just gotta beat up Mark Coffey, who, in simple terms, is an Irish professional wrestler, is the brother of Joe Coffey, and the two of them, while in WWE, were in a tag team with another wrestler under the name Wolfgang, and they were Gallus. That was their team name, where Joe Coffey was the leader, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang were the tag team, where it's typically the brothers led by someone else. But I just thought it was something cool, and
Coffey's been defeated, but apparently that isn't enough for the WWE loyalist.
He's kicking Coffey right out of the ring. It looks like the Unity Tag Champ has something to say. Everybody in this building knows I go where I want to, when I want to. So when I heard Mutiny was getting big ideas about making up their own title, there was only one place I was gonna be. And that's right here in NXT Mutiny. I just obliterated 2 of your guys, and I'll do the same thing to the rest of your damn roster if I have to. Because that mail order belt, I'm taking it just like me and my partner took the Unity titles. So go ahead and...
You knew this had to be coming. Kevin Owens is one of the leaders of NXT Mutiny, and he has heard enough.
When you came out here like a tough guy jumping people from behind, I thought about sending the entire locker room out to smash you like the tackling dummy that you are. But I have a better idea. See, I'm not going to let some WWE poster boy ruin our show. You want this mail order belt that's about to become the most valuable prize in the business? Then all you have to do is compete in our main event tonight. A qualifying gauntlet match
One of the biggest superstars in WWE is going to main event NXT Mutiny in a gauntlet match.
And if he wins, he'll have a shot at being the first ever NXT Mutiny champion.
All right, let's keep on keeping on. Time to take over Mutiny, get their darn title, and compete in the main event. Okay, I'm making sure it's spelled in the opening of Mutiny. We're starting a shot at the brand new title. Yeah, gauntlet match. To this snip the rebellion, look at the enemy promoting his own destruction. The only thing that's gonna happen is me getting whooped. No new DMs, nothing new. Hey, Psycho Sally! Oh, what's she gotta say?
Hey you, my name's Psycho Sally and
I don't want to hear one word from any of you traitors.
Whoa. Dude. Relax.
What's wrong? Too afraid to mouth off now that we're standing face to face?
Dude.
I thought you didn't want to hear one word from any of us traitors.
Why are you such a jerk?
Well, it is kind of boring out here in the parking lot. So might as well say your piece.
Yeah, what you got to say?
I was just going to ask if you're hungry. Catering is really good tonight. There's even cake!
Tempting.
If Bailey and Kevin Owens think I'm walking into some trap right before I run your little gauntlet...
Wow, you seem really mad. Are you more of a pie person?
Oh no, cake is cake.
Look, I don't know you, Psycho Sally. This isn't personal. But you're a soldier on the wrong side of a civil war where you're the bad guys.
Where you at?
The bad guys? Call me crazy, but I seem to remember you and your partner in crime pulling off a real bait and switch. You hustled us to take the Unity titles right back to the company that fought creating them for years.
See what I mean?
After Mutiny declared war on WWE and attacked our whole damn roster.
Jeez.
Mutiny has a lot of people who used to be on your roster. Makes you wonder what they see and you don't.
That is a very...
The only thing I see is that I'm fixing to take that pretend belt your side just made up and turn it into scrap.
Every belt is pretend until people agree that it's real. You sure you don't want some cake?
Pretty positive this dude does not want it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My man is laser focused on this gauntlet main event match. So much so that he turned down free cake. Let's just get this match over with. Anyway. Once it finishes loading, hurry up. Alright. Yeah. Keep going, Mike Rome. Yep, I'm aware. Yep. I know. I'm aware. Alright, Gauntlet. 2 superstars start in the ring. 1 superstar is eliminated. New entry. Pinfall, submission, DQ, or count out. Match will end if the first entrant eliminates all other entrants. Hooray! That's how this works. Thankfully, this is not going to be like the Bloodline Gauntlet. It's going to be... I don't know how many people it'll be. This is not going to be 9 others. Thankfully. Because that would be crazy, and that would make this video longer. Actually, it would just make me stretch it into more videos. Which, thank goodness I don't have to do that. Alright. What do we got here? Right, this is my guy's entrance. Solo with the belt. Yeah, we're just gonna skip this. It's not too important. Alright. Who do we got next? Meta of 4. Okay, so that narrows it down to 4 people. Who do we got? Noam Dar. Okie dokie. Noam Dar. Right there is a Scottish professional wrestler. He, for WWE, he did a stint in the Cruiserweight Classic and was actually one of the few that got offered a contract, flying around the Cruiserweight division / 205 Live before moving to the NXT UK brand to help build that up. While there, he eventually would go on to win the UK Heritage Cup, which is a unique title, to say the least, in the grounds that it's doesn't have a belt. It is a trophy, and it's defended in like a British round rules match. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's like 3 5-minute rounds, and then every round there's a 30-second break. You win either by pinfall or submission, and you have to win 2 out of 3 falls. If it ever goes to a draw, the champion would retain. If it was ever a qualifying match, then it would go to, I believe, a decision. But that's basically what he did, and he brought the Heritage Cup to NXT after the COVID-19 pandemic, when he was actually able to come back to the States. Prior to his WWE tenure, off the top of my head, I don't know too much about him. My best guess is he would more than likely end up with the typical UK independent scene before getting picked up by the Cruiserweight Classic. But that's really all I can say about him. Now, on to... Well, I don't really want to get into Kevin Owens in case I have to face him. Save something for another batch of content. And plus I might be able to eliminate him quickly. Nope. Dang. That did not work out as well I wanted it to. Okay, so with the NXT, predominantly how NXT was working, it's more the developmental brand to get you up to the main roster, which does kind of bleed into the Psycho Sally character. He debuted last game, being 24. In it, he was the friend of the female creative character. You fought her in a kind of a burner match, and she was offered a tryout. It was her first WWE tryout. She was nervous, and she invited the female to go along with her. She agreed, said she'd go, and Psycho Sally succeeds in her tryout and gets offered an NXT contract, where your female friend gets skyrocketed, your female character gets skyrocketed to the main roster. Kind of goes through their story, and as you're doing that, you can play a couple little side stories as her. Early works in NXT. And she's just one of those, you would think she's going to be this crazy girl who beats people up and like is crazy. No, she's like, her stick is she is like probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Very bubbly, happy, and it's like, with a name like Psycho Sally, you would think you're going to be, I don't know, cheating. Nope. And yeah, so she had 3 little storylines that you could do in between your playthrough during that. But that's really all she has. She's just one of those created characters for the game. Like, this guy, my own custom character. Yay! We beat Noam Dar. Who do we got next? Let's see who we got next. Axiom. Well, makes sense. We did knock out our tag partner earlier, so he's going to be out for blood. A little bit. Axiom is kind of an oddball type wrestler. So, you see all this and immediately would probably think, oh, Luchador, Mexico. No, he's from Spain. Initially started out in WWE as on the NXT UK roster as A-Kid, A-Kid, and won the UK Heritage Cup a couple of times before dropping it to Noam Dar for his longest / record-setting reign. And after, when he came to the States, after that, he eventually comes to the States after COVID. And the A-Kid stick isn't necessarily working, so they kind of give him this Axiom character, which when it started out, the vignettes they had for him, I don't think were the best, because they were showing all these like math equations and like finding the axis between all this other stuff. It was just, I don't think it did well. Well, fast forward, he gets into a best of 5 series with Nathan Frazier, where the winner would eventually go on to be a part of one of the Iron Survivor matches. I believe it was the first year they did it, and first or second year they did it, not important. But after it, the two started teaming together, and it took off, where they were teaming together, and they just managed to do well as a team. That they've just kind of kept them together. And the team name, as weird as this is their combination of Nathan Frazier's last name and his mononym. Yeah, mononym, that's the word. Praxium. And yeah, one of those things where the quote-unquote hip name got popular and became the official team name. So that's always really interesting thing. Who we got next? Who we got next? Wesley. Well, welcome to another guy who was just released recently. Wesley predominantly had a really strong career in TNA, Impact Wrestling, where he kind of bounced around the X Division, originally known as Desmond Xavier, eventually dropping it and becoming just Zev, when he would start teaming with Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, and the three of them were collectively known as the Rascals. And it was one of those things that took off, it got hotcakes, they went to leave TNA for WWE. Well, Wesley, Xavier and Zachary Wentz were the only two offered contracts. Miguel ended up going back to TNA. Wentz and Lee would be renamed to Wesley and... I don't even remember what his name was. Anyway, not important. They made their debut in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic as MSK. Eventually going on to win the titles 2 or 3 times before Zachary Wentz was released for the company due to incident beyond just a weird incident to save face and keep it from a PR nightmare. So, he went back to TNA, and now I'm pretty sure West will end up back in TNA, and they'll be doing the Rascals all at once. But on the grounds of I don't know what the heck is going to happen after this match, I am going to cut the video here, so this way nothing too crazy happens after.